Okay, Michael, I have your lights ready to ship, but before I send you an invoice and pack these up and get them headed your way, I wanted to make you a demonstration video to let you see how the lights are working and what they're doing, and to make sure that these are doing what you wanted them to do and expected them to do. Now this is a handful. Normally, I have my navigation light sets would involve about that much, but I've got two different sets here that I'm going to try to demonstrate at the same time because these are all going in the same airplane, in the same model, and so I want to try to show you everything you have going on. And for those who may not who may see this video and may not have had access to the conversations that I've had with Michael, the reason we've got two boards here is because Michael is building a very detailed scale model. I can't remember the actually what the model is now, what the aircraft is, but it's a model he's going to be entering into competition, and so he wanted a whole lot of lights for it, and he wanted more lights than I could get on just one circuit board. So what we did was we split the landing lights off from the navigation lights, and so I'm going to try to demonstrate them all at one time. I hope I can do this. Sometimes the microphone on my camera, I get my hand in the way of my microphone, so I apologize if the audio kind of fades in and out some, but hopefully I can make this work. Michael, let me explain to you what you're looking at here. First of all, let me start with this. This is just one of my servo testers. I manufacture these, and this is just a device. That's the battery that powers it. This is just a device that lets me provide a signal to these lights so that I don't have to try to fool with a transmitter and a receiver. This is and come to think of it, this might be something you might want to think about. This might be really handy for you as you work on this plane and get these lights installed. This allows you to control either lights or servos or anything like that without having to have a transmitter or a receiver working. So those are on my website if you want to take a look at them. I've also got a Y here that allows me to split the signal between the landing lights and the navigation lights. So this is the circuit board for the landing lights, and you've got two sets of landing lights. You have the smaller lights with the reflectors you requested. These are the 20 millimeter faceted reflectors for the taxi lights, and then the two up above there are the actual landing lights. And I've added some functionality to the program that I'll show you in a minute, Michael. You'll actually be able to choose between having the landing lights on solid or having them on the wigwag pattern. The taxi lights are always on solid, but the landing lights, you'll be able to choose whether you want them solid or wigwag by adjusting the end point of the channel that these are all plugged into. So I'll show you that in a minute. Now this is the board for the navigation lights. You'll see that you have a small push button in the top left-hand corner there. That gives you some choice as to the action of the lights on the right side here. You have your two simulated rotating beacons, red rotating beacons, and then you have your two wingtip strobes. This is the tail strobe, which on this set has a very unique strobe pattern. I'll show you that in just a minute. Then these are your two red and green wingtip position lights, and these are your two white wingtip trailing lights that you requested. So let me get something turned on here now and let you see how this works. We're going to advance the channel up to close to the center of the channel, but not quite over the center of the channel. That causes all your navigation lights to come on. Okay, again, these are the two simulated rotating beacons right here, and these are your two wingtip strobes. This is the tail strobe, and really it's not so much a strobe as it is just a blinking light. It comes on, stays on for a second and a half, and goes off for a second and a half. So it's just kind of a toggling on and off that is evidently scale for this model that Michael is building. And then, of course, here are the red and green wingtip lights and the 2 white trailing lights for the wingtips. Now, you have some functionality on these lights using this little push button switch here. Let me show you what you can do. Right now, you have 6 patterns. Right now, you're looking at pattern number 1. This is the slowest rotation on the beacons. Notice this beacon here. It appears to be rotating very slow, and the flash, the strobe rate on the 2 wingtip strobes is kind of slow. Now, Michael requested that the wingtip strobes be fixed on a double blink pattern, and he wanted them to both blink at the same time. So that's the reason we have them configured that way. But I wanted to give him a little bit more bang for his buck, since the chips that I use have the memory and will do it. I like to give the customer some options. So I'm going to press this button one time, and you'll notice that the strobe rate on the rotating beacons will pick up a little bit. They're now rotating at a little bit faster rate, and also you'll notice that they do not appear to rotate at the same time. They are rotating independently of one another. And the blink rate on the strobes, the wingtip strobes, is the same. I'm going to press it a 3rd time, and now you'll see that the rotation speed on the beacons has picked up quite a bit. Okay, now we're going to press it a 4th time, and we're going to go back to the slow rotation on the beacons, but now our strobes are blinking in a very quick double blink. Okay, so we'll press it the 5th time, and we're back to the medium speed on the beacons, and we're still on the fast strobe. And then the 6th press gives us the fastest rotation on the beacons and gives us this quick double blink on the wingtips. I personally like that 6th pattern the best, but now I don't know what the real plane looks like. So Michael, you at least have some options. Instead of just giving you a rotation speed and a blink speed that I thought looked right, I've given you some options. Now again, there's your tail strobe. You'll notice the difference between the strobes on the wingtips and that tail strobe. That's an entirely different pattern. And then again, the wingtip position and the trailing lights. Okay, now we're going to advance the channel up above the center of the channel, and that will cause our landing lights to come on. Okay, the 2 lower ones are the taxi lights, and the 2 upper ones are the landing lights. And you'll notice right now the landing lights are on solid. That's because I advanced the channel here just barely above the center of the channel. I'm going to advance it a little bit further, and you'll see that the landing lights switch into their wigwag pattern. So you'll be able, Michael, to determine whether you want the landing lights to come on solid or in the wigwag pattern by adjusting the end point, the upper end point of the channel you use for your lights. And now, I don't know, you can plug these into separate channels if you prefer, so that you have separate control, or you can, I don't know how many channels you're going to have used up. I suspect you've probably got a pretty big radio with a lot of channels, so you may have plenty of channels to play with. But if you don't, this allows you to use them in one channel, and you get all your functionality, and you get everything that you specified that you needed, all in one channel if you want, or you can split them up if you want. So I'm going to upload this video to YouTube and send you the link and let you take a look at it and see if it meets all your criteria. And if you're satisfied with it, I'll send you the invoice, and we'll get them packed up and headed your way first thing Monday morning. Thanks, Michael.